On today's video, I'll be showing you how to just swap the sides of your door for your fridge and freezer. It doesn't matter if it's a Frigidaire or Whirlpool, it's essentially the same idea, the same concept. You can see here, this is a right hinge, the hinge is up top. And you want to make this one into a left hinge. Now the reason for that is if you're cooking or if you have stuff in the fridge, you want to be able to open the door and put it on the counter very easily, where here we have no access. You have to go on this side and then you have to go over here and bring it around. It's just more of a hassle, where if you swap the doors to the proper side, it'll make it just that much easier when you're preparing food or taking out beverages, etc. You're not going to need a lot for this process. Here you see we have a chuck set, we have a simple drill, and a screwdriver. The first thing you want to do is take off this protective cover from the hinge. Once you take this protective cover off, you'll see that there are screws which are on top of the freezer holding the door. Again, if it's a Whirlpool, Frigidaire, it's all the same concept, so it should be pretty simple. The next thing you want to do is you want to remove the handles. If you have a brand new fridge, the handles won't be on, but right now this one already has the handles on. So basically there's going to be two screws underneath here when you open your freezer door, and you'll most likely have, depending on what model you have, a screw up here. It's usually a little cap covering it, or you can pull it up, but you want to make sure that you remove the handle. This one has an Allen key, so I'll be using my Allen key set to remove that. Now that we have removed the handles, we're going to start working on the hinge up top, removing these screws. Go ahead and remove the screws. Now you can go ahead and remove the bracket. On the opposite side, there's going to be some clips. You want to remove these clips. You can see here with a flathead screwdriver, it'll pop up very easily. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this screw right here, which was holding the handle, and this right here. This is the Frigidaire logo. It may be Whirlpool, maybe Hotpoint, whatever it is. They usually just stick right on there. You can see here, just comes right out. Now remove the screw. Now that we've swapped it, what we're going to do is we're going to push the door up and out, and then we're going to basically flip it upside down so we can switch the brackets that are holding it when it swivels back and forth. This is the bottom of the door, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this bracket and we're going to put it on this end. Very simple process. There should be little holes where you could put the screws inside. You can see here we're removing the screw. This is just the protective film that comes when you have the fridge brand new. You can go ahead and peel that out as you're taking out the bracket. You can see here we simply took the bracket from here and we put it on the opposite end. Just put it exactly as you saw it when you took it out from the other end. Now that we have the freezer done, now we're going to start working on the fridge. We're simply going to do the same exact thing. We're going to remove these screws, we're going to remove the bracket, and we're going to come here and we're going to put the bracket on this side and remove these plastic clips. And we're basically just swapping everything over from one side to the other. Once you loosen the screws, you can go ahead and remove the bracket and just put it on the side, because we still have to do the bracket on the bottom. This is the bracket on the bottom. Again, like I said, if it's a Whirlpool, Frigidaire, essentially they are all exactly the same. You see here there's 3 screws that we're going to loosen, and we're basically going to take it from here and swap it to this end. Just make sure you remove this grill cover while you're doing that. Go ahead and remove the bracket and then remove the grill cover. You want to make sure when you remove the hinge that you take this little swivel bracket, take it out, and put it on this end. just like that. Now we're going to install this bracket on the opposite side of the fridge. There should be holes already preset in there. Now we've installed it on the under end. Now we're going to do to the fridge door like we did with the freezer. We're going to flip it upside down so we can see that little bracket that swivels with the two screws. We're going to take that same bracket and put it on the opposite end of the door. Once you finish, you can go ahead and turn the door back upside down to its original position. And you want to make sure that the bracket that you put on the side, the left side, will match the side that you put the hinge on the left side as well. So the hinges and the bracket should match. Now you can go ahead and put the door on the hinge. Now you can go ahead and take your screw and put it on the right side for your handle, and take the little cap and plug the hole. Go ahead and take the plugs up top and put it on the opposite end and plug those holes. Now this plug, which was in that hole right there, we're going to put over here. Again, like I said, go ahead and remove the protective coat, the protective film. Now you can go ahead and install the bracket. Go ahead and tighten down the screws. Once you put the bracket on, you can go ahead and put on your freezer door. Once you put the freezer door back on, you can go ahead and put the bracket back in. Put the protective cap back on. Make sure you go ahead and tighten all the other screws back on. Make sure you put the grill back on that was at the bottom of the fridge. It should snap right in place. Go ahead and put your handle back on. Again, like I said, this varies by whatever particular model you have. Make sure you go ahead and just put the little plugs back in. And there you go. Life is much more simpler. Open up the fridge, take what you need. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Really appreciate it. Thank you.